Hello everyone, welcome back. Today again we'll be starting off with a new chapter, that is chapter 17. Okay, we'll be dealing with population. Okay, so population, okay, we'll be discussing about population. Okay, and it is important to know how many people live in a country. Okay, whether the number of people are increasing or decreasing. Okay, and also we will have to know how many number of people reside in a particular area. Okay, so all this comes under population. Okay, so population means, okay, the total number, okay, of person in a political or a geographical area. Okay, the total number of people living and residing in a particular region or area in a particular time, okay, can be termed as population. Okay, can be known as population, means a particular number of people residing in a particular territory or a geographical area, okay, in a particular time can be referred to as population. Okay, population comprises of people, okay, who produce, okay, and also consume the produce. Okay, for example, a person does cultivation in order to consume it. Okay, so that will all come under population. And also it is very important to study the population because they will try to bring out, okay, certain specific plan according to the population that is there in a particular region. Okay, so when we talk about population is the total number of people living in a defined territory in a particular time is called as a population. Okay, moving on, we have the census. Okay, a census of population is taken, okay, in order to count the number of people who are there in a certain area. Okay, so example, you want to know how many people are living in Kohima, so what you will do is you will take a count. Okay, that count can be called as a census. Okay, and these census are very useful because it helps us in compiling figures of how many people are staying, how many male and how many female are staying in Kohima, how many infants are there in Kohima, how many teenagers are there in Kohima. Okay, so census plays a very crucial role in getting the concrete detail about how many people are residing in a certain place. Okay, and it plays as a useful fact. Okay, maps can be drawn out of it, clear? And also statistics, you can see in the other picture, statistics can be drawn on how what type of ratios are there. The male population is more or the female population is more, so we can do a study on that as well through the census, okay, which is taken. Okay, this census can also be very useful in finding out the signs of demography. Okay, that is the birth rate and the death as well as the aging rate and the people who migrated. Okay, so it is very helpful in studying about all this. Okay, and in India, okay, census is taken after every 10 years. Okay, and so far in India, okay, 6 census have been conducted till 2011. Okay, in from 1901 to 11. Okay, from 1921 to 31, 1941 to 51, 1961 to 71, 1981 to 1991, and from 2001 to 2011. Okay, so these are the census which have been taken so far. Moving on, okay, the distribution of population. So according to the census of 2011, okay, 382 persons, okay, were taken in terms of per square kilometer. Okay, so what happened was in 2011, okay, they sort out and they found out, okay, from very low to low population density which were found in India. Okay, so we can just check in the map. Okay, those cream colors, okay, are those areas which is very low population or low population. Okay, so states like Jammu and Kashmir, okay, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Manipur, Tripura, Meghalaya, Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh have very low or low population in these areas, okay, which was discovered with the census of 2011. Okay, and why do this area have a very low population? It is mostly because of the climatic condition or the terrain. Okay, so most of the terrain in the regions of Jammu and Kashmir are hilly, and so because of which human settlement is not favorable in these areas. Okay, and so they have a less population. Okay, and also areas, most of the areas in India have peninsular, okay, such as Assam, okay, which has a moderate density of population. Okay, and most of the areas are infertile or their soil is not very strong. Okay, and a lot of landslide occurs, also some rocky terrains. Okay, because of such kind of territorial setting. Okay, what happens is these areas are not occupied by human populations. Okay, and areas like Tamil Nadu, Kerala and the northern plains, okay, mostly these areas are very populated. Why? Because these states are in the plain terrains. Okay, mostly these areas are plain, and because of which people prefer to settle in these areas. Okay, and so their climatic condition is also much favorable. Okay, they have rich fertile soil, and also they have a lot of rainfall, because of which, okay, lot of the population live in these areas of Kerala and Tamil Nadu and the northern plains. Okay, next we have the size of population. Okay, moving on. Okay, the average number of people living in a fixed area can also be termed as population density. Okay, so the areas which are mostly populated can be found in the continents of Asia and Europe. Okay, these are the areas which are mostly populated, and in these areas, okay, you can find people living in small apartment houses. Okay, or maybe they will be in a crowded family dwelling. Okay, like in India we have the chawls. Okay, so many people stay in the chawls. Okay, this is mostly found in the other states, mainly in areas of Mumbai, in parts of Delhi. Okay, you will be able to see this type of family dwellings. Okay, because the area is populated, and so because of which people live in cramped areas. Okay, and so cities, the environment of cities are mostly crowded. Okay, comparing to that of the rural areas. And in rural areas, people live in single family homes, and they have big compounds. Okay, so areas. Okay, but okay, when we have a lot of density population or size of a population is more. Okay, but it doesn't mean that the country is populated. Okay, it is just in some areas. Okay, it is because of different opportunities they move to certain areas. Okay, and because of which they cause a lot of crowding. Okay, so all areas, okay, which have high density or the size of the population is big, we can't term that as a populated area. Okay, it is because of some reasons that they are populated. Okay, so overpopulation. Okay, what is overpopulation? Okay, overpopulation is a situation where the resources in that particular area are very less. Okay, from that size of the population. Okay, when we say overpopulation, the resources in terms of food grains are very less. Okay, but the number of people are too many, which is very difficult to finance them. That is called as overpopulation, where all the needs of the people cannot be met because the number of people living in that area is too big. Okay, where in that situation it can be called as overpopulation. Okay, when we talk about overpopulation, one example is given, okay, in UK, okay, in UK there is a population of 58 million people living in UK alone, okay, but in UK the resources which are there in terms of food, in terms of resources, other resources, in terms of the basic necessities, okay, are more in those kind of countries, okay, which is very much sufficient for the population living there, okay. So we cannot call that kind of area as overpopulated, okay. But when you look into the instances of India, okay, or when you look into the condition of India, okay, the population is very large, but the country is not able to supply basic needs to all the people, okay. So in these kind of things, okay, where the resources cannot help the people, okay, that can be termed as overpopulation, okay. Moving on, okay, there are three major factors that determine population change, okay. They are, okay, birth rate, death rate, and migration, okay. So we will all look to it one by one, okay. The first is the birth rate. Firstly, we'll be discussing about birth rate, okay. So number of live birth, okay, per 1,000 of the population, okay, during a particular year can be termed as a birth rate, okay. And also the death rate, okay, the number of death per 1,000 people in a country, okay, in a country can also be termed as death rate, okay. So the fluctuation can happen at large, okay, in a population, because if the number of birth rate increases, okay, then the population will increase, and if the death rate becomes more, then also again they will bring a stability in the population as well, okay. So these two are the main factor which contribute to the rising and going down of population in a country, okay. So the number of children which are born, okay, can also be called as fertility of a population, okay, that is increase in the size of population. And also the number of death in a country, okay, can also be called as a mortality decreased population, okay. So migration, okay, that is the third point, okay. Migration is the number of people, okay, who enters a country and moves out from a country, okay, and it can cause in the increase of the population and also on the decrease of the population, because some migration takes place where people come and then settle for a long period of time, but some people come and settle for 2-3 years and then go back to their own place again. So the population also fluctuate, okay. But the natural increase in population can be determined through birth rate and death rate in a country, okay. So the reason why the Indian population is very high, okay, why India is populated, okay, so there is a huge gap between the birth rate and death rate, okay. So because of the advancement of technology and because of the advancement of medical science, okay, most of the diseases are being cured at a very large scale, okay. So before such kind of epidemic, okay, such as the smallpox or plague, okay, that attacked Indian, okay, which also led to the decline of the population, okay, for some years, okay. But unfortunately, okay, because of the advancement of technology, okay, what happened is there is less death rate in the country and there is more birth rate in the Indian society, okay. So why is the birth rate ever increasing in India? Okay, because Indians have been following a norm for a very long period of time, because they believe that, you know, getting married early, okay, is what they believe, okay, that is the ancient belief which went on for centuries, and so many people were married off at a very early age, okay, and they did not know about birth. Okay, what they did was they kept on producing children one after the another, okay, because most of the Indian people, okay, are from rural areas, and so they think that if they produce more children they will be able to get more income, and so they produce a lot of children, okay, and also they were when they were married they were underage, so they did not know about all the things about population, or they did not know about the production of children at large. Okay, what they felt was if they produce more children they will be able to gain more money out of it. Okay, so during the British rule, okay, there happened many famines, okay, in India, and these were the major cause of that, and also epidemic, okay, which hit India, okay, for some period of time between 1920 to 21, and so that also led to the rise of the death rate in India. Okay, but still then now the birth rates are increasing, ever increasing, and making India more populated. Okay, next we will be talking about migration on a deeper level. Okay, so migration is the movement of people from one area to the another area. Okay, we say migration, okay, means we take our family to a place, okay, and we settle down there for a long period of time, or maybe permanently in that area, okay, then it can be known as migration. Okay, so under migration there are 2 points. Okay, the first one is immigration, okay, that denotes incoming of people, okay, or incoming of population in a country. Okay, and immigration, okay, and immigration refers to the people who are going out of a state or a country. Clear? So immigration to a country, okay, leads to the increase of population in a country, whereas immigration, okay, from a country, okay, lead to the decline in its population. Okay, so immigration is going to one place, so it will increase the population of that country or that state. And immigration, okay, means you are moving out from that particular country, you are moving out from India, so you are decreasing the population of India up to a level. Okay, okay, we also have internal and external migration. Okay, so internal migration is within the state alone, within the state. In Nagaland, say you are migrating from Kohima to Dimapur, okay, that can be termed as internal migration. When we say external migration, means you are migrating from Delhi to Bombay, you are migrating from Chennai to Kolkata. Okay, so in a smaller context also we have internal migration and external migration, and this migration also leads to the increase of population or decrease of population in the particular area or the particular state as well. Okay, and because of many industrial activity, and because of the establishment of factories, most of the rural people, okay, what they do is they adopt to external migration, moving from their state to other states which have better industries, which also have factories and all, in order to increase their daily wages. Okay, with this we come to the end of this class. We will again deal with other topics in our next class. So everyone, have a nice day and stay safe.